going to give us some really good inspiration that's going to help us focus each week on what we're doing so that we can live our lives to the fullest. She's a mom of 3, as she mentioned. She's a leader in our company. She just went to Q School, where the company flies her up and gives her a view right into corporate, and so she's one of our corporate representatives also, and a leader on our team. Jules, excited to hear what she has to say, and we love participating in what she's going to talk about this Sunday night.
Okay. Betsy, that was so good.
Yes.
It made me feel better about coming up here too, because I gave me permission not to be perfect. Okay, well, I'm going to start with my story. Most of you know me. Some of you may not know my story. About 10 years ago, I heard about Juice Plus. I was working as a personal trainer. I was teaching about 36 fitness classes a week, and I thought it was healthy, but truth is I wasn't. My nails were constantly breaking. I had cystic acne. I was extremely tired, and I was about 10 pounds heavier than I should have been. And so one of my clients, she was also a friend, invited me to an actual Juice Plus presentation, and I walked in that room with my arms crossed. Like you guys heard Kirsten say, a lot of people approach me about products, and I just was very close-minded. But I left all in with the products, all in with the business. I wanted to take it, I wanted to share it. And so my product story was just, I mean, it improved my health. My nails are super strong. I have a ton more energy. My cystic acne cleared up. And I lost that 10 pounds, which I now know is like a puffy layer of inflammation. It wasn't that I was like heavy, it was just inflammation by eating right and doing one simple change at a time, with Juice Plus being the first one. And so my health story just improved. Juice Plus is a blessing to my health and now to my family's health. But the business, I'm an Enneagram 3. Does anybody do the Enneagram numbers? Okay. Okay, if you don't know what that is, it's basically personality types. So I'm an achiever. So I joined Juice Plus, and I thought I was going to be an NMD that year. I was super stoked. I was like, I am going all in. I am doing this. And then year after year, I know I'm a QNMD, and somebody that's new is like, oh, that's great. But for me, it's like depressing. I'm like, I should have been an NMD 10 years ago. So I had a lot of self-growth to do, like what Betsy, I just love that. I love the 5 beliefs. I really adopted that too. I worked on one at a time, and they're all at a 10, probably except for the belief in myself. I'm constantly working on that. And there's a few other things that I was fearful of adopting. Let's see. And this was one of them, planning. And I don't know if that brings up any weird feelings for any of you, but when I first started, they kept saying planning, planning, planning. Well, guess why I joined Juice Plus? Because I don't have a boss and nobody has to tell me what to do. I didn't want to be tied down. Planning was a word that felt like chains to me. I wanted to be free-spirited. I wanted to be spontaneous. And it felt like the enemy. And what I had learned over time was that planning can actually be your friend. Okay, I resisted it, but now I kind of embrace it. And instead of planning, if that brings up some like weird feelings for you guys, maybe think of it as being intentional with your time, and that might help you. All right, so let's get going. Are you guys excited? I'm the last one, and everybody's gonna be like full from eating their salads and glazed over, and I'm talking about planning. Okay, 5 reasons to plan your day. Number 5, reduce stress and chaos. Is anybody stressed out? All right, so basically what planning does is it helps you run your day instead of the day running you. So there was an article in Time Magazine, this psychologist, his name was Robert Epstein. He asked 3,000 people about their stress management skills, and what was the best one that helped? Guess what the best one was? Planning. It's basically being proactive about your stress, okay? Number 4, your business will thrive. Well, guess what? We could do our own little survey in our company, and let's look at the top NMDs in our company. All of them are consistent and deliberate planners. Success leaves clues, okay? If you want your business to grow, it might be a good idea to look into this. Accomplish the right things daily. How many of us are busy? I mean, I don't know about you guys, I don't stop. I wake up and I am going. I wake up and it's like game time for me. You guys saw I have 3 kids. It's breakfast, it's cleaning up. I can spend 18 hours a day cleaning, doing the laundry, organizing, what else? Grocery shopping. I mean, there's so many things, but my husband, I love him. He has been telling me this for 10 years. I'm finally starting to understand. What am I doing that's gonna move the needle forward? I have big dreams and I have big goals. And it really boils back to, and we could do a whole nother training on this, your why, and Betsy touched on it, but if your why is strong enough, then you will do the right things. But you might need some of these skills to help make sure how, where to fit in the right things and how to do it daily. Okay. Number 2, eliminate decision fatigue. Has anybody heard of decision fatigue? Okay, so this is the definition. It refers to the deteriorating quality of decisions made by an individual after a long session of decision making. So, do you know that psychologists believe that we make 35,000 decisions every day? And you guys are making decisions right now. You're deciding whether you like my outfit. You're deciding whether I'm qualified to talk about what I'm qualified on. You're deciding if you're gonna try to leave early, or what you're doing after this, or what you're doing tonight. You probably had to decide what you were gonna eat for breakfast. But what if some of those decisions were eliminated? What if you woke up knowing what you were gonna eat, knowing what you were gonna do when you got here, knowing that when you sat down, you were gonna get something out of today, instead of deciding whether it was good enough for you, and what you were gonna do when you left? Would that change? Maybe. And the number one reason, Julie I mean, she is the master planner. Why would you not want to make that lady happy? I mean, she has done so much for us. Let's just do one thing for her. She'd be so stoked. Okay. My failure is your game. So, because I have spent a long time with these feelings, I don't know if you guys have ever felt this way in your business, but for a long time, I go in and out of feeling like this. And I didn't correlate the two. I didn't know I was feeling like this because I wasn't planning my day. That sounds silly. For me, this was another key. We talk about like keys to unlock. This was another key that is kind of unlocking something in me that's helping me be a little bit more successful in my business, but just happier overall, a better mom, a better wife. And I think for me, Juice Plus wasn't just about joining a business and making money and making people healthier. It's made me a better person. So I'm just constantly trying to be that better person now for my family. So I'm hoping that some of these adjectives, if you're feeling this way, are going to turn a little bit more positive. Okay, so key action steps for planning. If you guys are gonna do this, you're gonna need at least 1 hour if you're new, maybe longer. If you're not new to planning, then maybe, a little bit less. Here's the thing, if you guys are already good planners, hopefully you'll get a few tips and tricks out of this. Have the proper tools. So how many of you are digital, use a phone for planning or for appointments and stuff? How many of you use paper? Okay, so whatever works for you, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. What's best for you is best for you. You need to have your phone, your calendar, whatever it is, pieces of paper, your kids come home with pieces of paper, what's going on, when this is. Make sure you have all of that, pull it together. Take 2 deep breaths before beginning. We're gonna do that. And we're gonna go through how I do it. And I'm gonna tell you guys why the deep breaths actually create focus and creativity. There's so many other reasons to deep breathe, but that's one of them. Focus on one category at a time. And here's the thing, be patient and understanding with yourself. If you guys are not feeling overwhelmed right now about this, you're probably not taking it very seriously. It's super overwhelming if you're not a planner. So please give yourself grace, and maybe you're just gonna do one category. You're gonna start with one category. Maybe you're going to just start with one day, plan 1 day a week, whatever it is, just keep moving in the right direction. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I told Sharon when I was doing this, I kind of feel like a phony, because I'm not great at this. And so I just want you guys to know I am not the master planner. I am not Julie Herbst. No one could ever live up to her. But but I am getting better. I am like so far ahead from where I was months ago when I started this. And the ball got moving when I went to the Pajama Regional, and Natalie Baldock did a training, and it just started I just kept putting one foot in front of the other. And I started thinking, what do I need to do to be better? And what do I need to do to achieve NMD? And it was like, take a good hard look in the mirror because I wanted to blame my husband for me not moving forward. And I asked him, can you please sit down with me on Sunday and plan? He said no. I asked Sharon, can you please call me every day and tell me what to do? She said no. So I'm like mad at everybody. I just want people to like hold my hand. Finally, it was like, if it is to be, it's up to me. So I had to start doing this. Now, I started doing this for me, and I thought if I could ask the team to kind of help me and do it with me, it would help keep me accountable. We could do it together, and we have done some really cool things with this. All right, so let's do it. We're gonna go fast, and if you guys like this, you're gonna go home and do it even more. But I'll show you how I do, and this will be like the fast, abridged version. So everybody sit up nice and tall, shoulders back, and we're gonna take deep breaths, and I'm actually gonna tell you how long to breathe in, and we're gonna hold it, and then how long to breathe out. So go ahead and start breathing in through your nose, nice and slow, and hold it, and then release through your mouth, nice and slow. Good, and then one more time. Breathe in through your nose, nice and deep, and hold it, and then out through your mouth. We focus on 5 categories, so what you're gonna do is look at your calendars, get out your phones, or write down on these pieces of paper. The first thing I like to plan is my spiritual and self-growth time. Things like devotionals, prayer time, meditation, podcasts, books. These are some that I like. Betsy just gave you a great list of things to work on. Work on that little thing that's specific to you. So if you have trouble with the belief in yourself, work on that. If you have trouble with whatever it is, and this is, let me go back. It's not really business. Like if you're having trouble with a business, that's in another place. This is really self-growth for you. And I will tell you right now, my spiritual time is in the morning, my self-growth time is at night, and it's the same every day. So that's decision fatigue gone. I know when I'm doing it in the morning, when I'm doing it in the night. So when you guys get good at this and you find what works, you won't have to do it every week. Hopefully it'll be a stagnant number that stays there, a stagnant time. So go ahead and do that. And I'll give you guys a second to maybe think about, and again, it's trial and error. It might not work. And so you have to tweak it a little bit. Okay, the next one is family. This is my favorite category because this has been where I've seen the most growth in my business and myself. So date nights, most of you probably plan date nights with your significant other, but do you plan them with your kids? That's just as important. Dinners, what are you gonna have for dinner? This has been the #1 cause of stress to most moms that I've talked to. If you have to cook dinner for another person, if you don't know what you're gonna make, how stressful is it? You might not even think it's stressful. You're going, what are we gonna have for dinner? I don't know. You want this? I don't know. Maybe this. You don't think that's stress, but it actually is. It's just, you're creating that decision fatigue. By the end of the day, you might be bickering and you don't know why. It's because you had too many decisions to make that day. So we do something, my sister-in-law did this and I kind of do it too. We have the same dinners every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. For the most part, we change it up. But she does theme night, so Monday's Meatless Monday, Taco Tuesday, Crock Pot Wednesday, so it's usually something in the crock pot, obviously. Thursday's leftovers, Friday's pizza. And then Saturday and Sunday you can be a little bit more free. I need a little freedom. So like I don't plan anything on Saturday and Sunday, but guess what? We started getting to where like Sundays, every Sunday salmon, asparagus, rice, because I'm like, it's almost, I'll tell you at the end why. When are you doing your laundry? I have a really good friend. She's very successful in another network marketing. I learned so much from her, and she has been preaching this to me for years. It's funny, like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear kind of thing, but she like knows when she's going to the laundry, when she's going to the every little thing has a day, a place, and a time. I used to really resist it until I started trying it. So nice to know I'm doing the laundry every Saturday, every Thursday. I'm going grocery shopping every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. And that tweet, I had to tweet that. I used to go at night. I found that Saturdays at 7 a.m., nobody's at Publix. And Publix is another cause for stress. So if you, like that works for me. I like going when nobody's there, when my husband's home and he can watch the kids, okay? So what if you don't do this, what if you just did the same dinners every Monday for this month and just see what happens? See if you're a little bit more relaxed and peaceful on Monday. I didn't really give you guys time, but I'm running out of time. Okay, so business, this is your Juice Plus business. Time block, when are you doing Team Z? Prospecting, customer care calls, sharing, following up, planning events, inviting. I'm just gonna say a few things about your business time when you're putting this in your calendar. What you're doing is as important as when you're doing it. So say you're gonna work Monday at 9 a.m. Do you know what you're doing Monday at 9 a.m.? Are you calling customers? Are you calling team? And if you don't have a strong enough why, something else is most likely going to take the place of that time. If you don't know what you're doing, and if you don't have a strong enough why, it's gonna be really easy for other things to fill that time. Since I came home from conference, I've time blocked times to do my Juice Plus, ain't nothing. Ain't nothing taken that away. My house is a mess since I came home, and I'm a perfectionist. I like things clean. I vacuum the baseboards every day in my house.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Huh?
How do you block out the mess and focus?
You have a strong enough why. You have a strong enough why. And you have to go to conference sometimes to refocus that why. Because I have a pretty strong why. I won't get into it, but my why is strong. But like Michelle said, I love that you said that. I couldn't have said it any better. Over time, you get discouraged. You hear a lot of no's. You have no-shows at your events, and you're kind of like trudging by month 5. And then by month 6, conference is here, and you're like, it's like honey to your soul. I mean, you need it. And so, and we have boot camps, and we have Pajama Regionals. They do it too, not like conference, but they do it too. I don't miss anything. I usually, God bless you, I'm always at anything I can be at, okay? All right. And then talk to your sponsor on like what to do. That is something Sharon will do with me. You need to do this, this, and this, and I'll tell her. I need a coaching call. I'll tell her what I need. You know, you need to tell your sponsor. Like she said, we're not managers. We're not telling you what to do. We didn't get into the business to be that. I was a manager. I want to do that. I want to like motivate myself, and I want to bring people along. So you need to tell your sponsor, I need help in this area. Just tell me what to do for the first week or whatever, okay? This is all I'm gonna say about exercise. I'm a former personal trainer. I love exercise. You wouldn't no-show for a connection call, so don't no-show for exercise. We are in the health business. We are not perfect, but you have to walk the walk and talk the talk. So go for a walk. 10 minutes a day, that's all you gotta do, but just do it, okay? It'll make you feel better, it'll just make you feel better, and it's part of the category, so you have to do it. Okay, so recreation, living in your values, this was part of Natalie Baldock's training at the Pajama Regional that it rocked me when she did this training, and I actually have a YouTube if you guys wanna watch it, but this is what lights you up, makes you happy, is for you. We are in the attraction business. If you are not attractive to other people, and what's attractive? Joy. If you're joyful, and are you doing the things that make you happy? I mean, I know Jackie has like 13 kids, and so you probably, like it's probably hard. It feels, I know, but it probably feels like 13. It feels like 13 to me.
I have the time block.
But, well,
Or I don't eat.
and how many times do we get so busy? Most of us are moms, even the dads too, we're doing things for other people. And we forget. I forgot what it was like to do something for me. And that training really impressed me so much that I started doing this. And we went to conference, which is for me, but it is work too. We come home sometimes tired, don't we? Like from conference, and it's like so much, and we have to download. Monday, we got home Sunday. I got home Sunday night. Monday was at my friend's house. She did a painting workshop, and she does it every year. It's my favorite thing to do. I have signs in my house every year I go, and I asked my husband, I'm like, I know I just got home, but I love this. Can I please go? And he was like, yeah, babe. Thankfully, I have a supportive spouse. That's another whole training if you don't. But there's ways around it to do what makes you happy, okay? You can figure it out. And if it's just going for a walk on the beach really fast, just do it. Please. Your heart will thank you. And you'll see the difference in your life if you do that. Okay. But you have to plan it. A lot of times we won't do it, okay? So that was me. literally 3 months ago, I started doing this consistently about 3 months ago, and I felt very stressed. And actually, the chains that I thought planning were actually chains around like me being like just kind of willy-nilly with my time. But I have turned out to have this feeling of freedom. So what felt like chains was actually freeing. And so I hope that if you guys aren't doing this, that maybe you can do it a little bit and just see if it helps. And we do this every Sunday. We did it at 8:45. I'm changing it to 8:30. I hope that's okay with everybody. And that's my Zoom ID. You are welcome to hop on. And basically, I just go through the categories and I'm quiet and I let you do it. And it's accountability for me is really what it is. But it's ended up being accountability for a lot of you. I know Sonia's gotten a lot out of it, Doug and Sharon and Michelle. And so it's really turned out to be something like where my struggle has been a blessing to not only myself, but to others. So that's it. Woo.